What do you get when you combine two of the NBA's biggest stars? Usually, the answer is a winning formula that takes the league by storm. And most often, basketball fans often debate the greatest duos in NBA history, from Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen to LeBron James and Dwyane Wade. As a matter of truth, there is always an immense feeling of excitement when your favorite team announces a new superstar duo. It sparks curiosity about the potential of them just dominating the court and ultimately the league. But what happens when those superstar duos end up being more like oil and water than peanut butter and jelly? Throughout NBA history, there have been plenty of star pairings that were supposed to take the league by storm, only to fall short for various reasons. While some NBA duos were doomed from the start due to injuries, others struggled with personality clashes or simply couldn't find the right chemistry on the court. In some cases, the hype surrounding a duo was so high that the pressure to perform was simply too much to handle. Whether it was a matter of bad luck or bad management, these duos are a cautionary tale for any team looking to build a championship contender. In our video today, we would take a look at some of the most iconic duos in the NBA that were meant to light up the league but failed miserably. But before we jump in, and to ensure that you don't miss out on more great content like this, please take a moment to like and subscribe to Discovery Hub Sports. Also, click on the notification bell. Without much delay, let's dive into the video. In 2001, the Washington Wizards drafted Kwame Brown with the first overall pick, hoping he could be the perfect complement to the legendary Michael Jordan. But Brown struggled to live up to his potential, averaging just 4.5 points per game in his rookie season. With all of Jordan's best efforts to mentor him, Brown's poor work ethic and lack of development hindered the team's chances of success. Jordan's return to the NBA as a player in 2001 was highly anticipated, but the Wizards struggled to find their footing with him and Brown as their star duo. Jordan was no longer the dominant force he once was, and Brown simply wasn't ready to shoulder the load. The team missed the playoffs in both of their seasons together, and Jordan retired for good in 2003. Brown went on to have a journeyman career in the NBA, playing for a variety of teams but never living up to his draft position. Jordan, on the other hand, is widely regarded as one of the greatest players in NBA history, with 6 championships and numerous individual accolades to his name. While their partnership may have been disappointing, Jordan and Brown's story serves as a reminder that even the greatest players can't do it all on their own, and that talent alone isn't always enough to succeed in the NBA. In 2012, the Los Angeles Lakers acquired Dwight Howard in a blockbuster trade, pairing him with superstar Kobe Bryant to create a super team that many believed could compete for an NBA championship. But the partnership quickly fell apart, as Howard clashed with Bryant and struggled to find his place in the Lakers' offense. The team underperformed and was swept in the first round of the playoffs, leading to Howard's departure the following year. While both players were immensely talented, their personalities and playing styles were simply incompatible. Bryant was a fierce competitor and demanding teammate, while Howard was more laid-back and easygoing. The tension between them was palpable, and neither was willing to sacrifice their own game for the good of the team. Injuries also played a role in the Lakers' disappointing season, with both Bryant and Howard missing significant time due to various ailments. After leaving the Lakers, Howard bounced around the league before finally winning a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2020 as a role player. Bryant, tragically, passed away in a helicopter crash in 2020, leaving a lasting legacy as one of the greatest players in NBA history. Their partnership was short-lived and ultimately unsuccessful, showing that big names alone can't win championships, and that chemistry and teamwork were some of the most essential blocks in building a successful NBA team. In the mid-1990s, the Orlando Magic boasted one of the most dynamic duos in the NBA in Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway. O'Neal, a dominant big man, and Hardaway, a versatile guard, were expected to lead the Magic to multiple championships. While the duo had early success, reaching the NBA Finals in 1995, injuries and off-court issues ultimately derailed their partnership. As O'Neal and Hardaway's stardom grew, so did their egos, leading to tension and resentment between the two. Hardaway felt that he deserved more recognition for his contributions to the team, while O'Neal believed that he was the clear-cut leader and top player. The situation was further complicated by contract negotiations, as both players sought to maximize their earning potential. In 1996, O'Neal signed with the Los Angeles Lakers, effectively ending his partnership with Hardaway and leaving the Magic without a clear direction. Hardaway struggled to carry the team on his own and was eventually traded to the Phoenix Suns in 1999. While the O'Neal-Hardaway partnership didn't reach its full potential, their time together in Orlando remains a memorable era for Magic fans and serves as a reminder of how even the most talented players can struggle to work together. New York is known as one of the brightest destinations in the NBA. The flashy lights usually attracts top talents, and talents rarely get as high as Carmelo Anthony and Amar'e Stoudemire, who were both high-scoring forwards who joined the New York Knicks in 2010, with the hope of forming a formidable duo that would lead the team to championship glory. However, their partnership never quite lived up to the hype. While the duo had some early success, including a playoff appearance in their first season together, they were plagued by injuries and inconsistent play. Stoudemire's knee injuries began to take their toll, and Anthony's ball-dominant style sometimes made it difficult for Stoudemire to get involved in the offense. The Knicks made some moves to try to improve the team around the duo, including the acquisition of point guard Jason Kidd, but injuries continued to be a major issue. Stoudemire missed significant time in the 2012-2013 season, and the team struggled to find any consistency. Ultimately, the partnership between Anthony and Stoudemire came to an end in 2015, when Stoudemire was waived by the Knicks. While they had some success together, they were never able to lead the team to the kind of sustained success that was expected of them. In 2011, the Los Angeles Clippers acquired Chris Paul in a trade, pairing him with young star Blake Griffin to form a formidable duo. Chris Paul's arrival turned the Clippers into a team defined by tons of lob passes followed by some unbelievable dunks. The two had complementary skills, with Paul's playmaking, shooting ability, and uncanny ability to find players wherever they are, paired with Blake Griffin's athleticism, high-flying and powerful dunks, as well as his scoring prowess back in the day. The Clippers became one of the most exciting teams in the NBA, making the playoffs in 6 consecutive seasons and earning a reputation as contenders in the Western Conference. The 6-year playoff run by the core of Paul and Griffin earned them the moniker Lob City, after a phrase expressed by Griffin when he learned of the Chris Paul trade. The Paul-Griffin partnership ultimately failed to deliver a championship, with the team falling short in the playoffs year after year. While both players put up impressive individual statistics, their on-court chemistry was often lacking, and they struggled to find a consistent rhythm. Additionally, injuries and the lack of a reliable supporting cast contributed to the Clippers' postseason disappointments. In 2017, Paul was traded to the Houston Rockets, effectively ending his partnership with Griffin. Griffin remained with the Clippers until 2018, when he was traded to the Detroit Pistons. While their time together may have been ultimately disappointing in terms of team success, Paul and Griffin's partnership remains a memorable era for Clippers fans and a reminder of the difficulties of building a championship contender in the NBA. This next duo can't be called a complete failure in their peak together, however, their falling out was so intense that it warrants them a spot on the bench in the series of the NBA duos who failed miserably. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook were a dynamic duo for the Oklahoma City Thunder from 2010 to 2016. The two young stars led the Thunder to the NBA Finals in 2012, where they lost to the Miami Heat. However, their relationship on and off the court began to deteriorate over time. Westbrook and Durant were both ball-dominant players who relied heavily on their individual skills to generate offense. While they were able to coexist on the court to some extent, their differences in playing style and personality eventually led to friction. The situation was exacerbated by the departure of key players such as James Harden and Serge Ibaka, which put even more pressure on Westbrook and Durant to carry the team. The two stars reportedly had a strained relationship behind the scenes, and there were rumors that they were not on speaking terms at times. In 2016, Durant decided to leave the Thunder in free agency and join the Golden State Warriors. While he cited the desire for a change in environment as his primary reason for leaving, it was widely speculated that his relationship with Westbrook played a role in his decision. Another partnership that looked like a hit right from the go was the tantalizing prospects of pairing two elite forwards, who were incredible on the defensive ends as well. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard teamed up on the Los Angeles Clippers in 2019 with the hope of forming a dominant duo in the NBA. Both players were elite on both ends of the floor, with Leonard coming off a championship with the Toronto Raptors and George coming off of an All-NBA season with the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Clippers were seen as one of the favorites to win the NBA championship in the 2019-20 season, with their star duo leading the way. However, things did not go according to plan. The team struggled with injuries and inconsistency throughout the season, and they were never able to build the kind of chemistry and cohesion that was expected of them. In the playoffs, the Clippers were upset by the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference semifinals, despite holding a 3-1 lead in the series. Both Leonard and George struggled in the series, and the team was heavily criticized for their lack of effort and focus. The following season, the Clippers once again entered the playoffs with high expectations. They were able to advance to the Western Conference Finals, but once again fell short of the NBA Finals, losing to the Phoenix Suns in 6 games. Leonard missed the series due to injury, and George struggled in his absence. While George and Leonard have shown flashes of brilliance together on the court, their partnership has yet to result in the kind of sustained success that was expected of them. The Clippers will likely continue to build around the duo, but they will need to address their issues and improve their chemistry if they hope to reach their ultimate goal of an NBA championship, particularly now that they have thrown Russell Westbrook into the mix. Another iconic duo, that looks set in stone, is the box office pairing of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, who joined forces on the Brooklyn Nets in 2019, creating one of the most talented duos in the NBA. Durant was coming off a year-long injury layoff while Irving was looking to bounce back from an injury-plagued season with the Boston Celtics. The expectations were high for the Nets, with many predicting that they would be championship contenders with the addition of Durant and Irving. However, their first season together was marred by injuries and inconsistent play. Durant missed most of the season due to his Achilles injury, while Irving struggled with injuries and played in only 20 games. In the playoffs, the Nets were eliminated in the second round by the Milwaukee Bucks in a hard-fought series that went to overtime in Game 7. While Durant was spectacular throughout the series, Irving missed the final 3 games due to injury. The following season, the Nets entered the season with even higher expectations after adding James Harden to their already talented roster. Durant, Irving, and Harden formed one of the most potent offensive trios in NBA history, and the Nets were widely considered the favorites to win the championship. However, injuries once again derailed their season. Irving missed significant time due to personal reasons and injuries, while Durant and Harden also battled injuries throughout the season. Despite their talent, the Nets were eliminated in the second round of the playoffs by the Milwaukee Bucks in another hard-fought series. While Durant and Irving showed that they can be a dominant duo when healthy, injuries and behind-the-scenes issues prevented them from reaching their full potential together, and ultimately led to the Nets losing both superstars, with Kyrie pairing with Luka in Dallas to form another mouth-watering partnership, and KD joining the well-oiled Phoenix Suns, and their superstar guard, Devin Booker. It's always disappointing when talented NBA players fail to live up to expectations, especially when they join forces to form a dynamic duo. As fans, we can't help but feel a sense of disappointment when we see talented players who should be able to achieve great things together fall short of their potential. The NBA is a team sport, and success on the court often requires more than just individual talent. While it's always exciting to see superstar players team up and form a super team, it's important to remember that success on the court takes more than just individual talent. As the NBA continues to evolve, it will be fascinating to see which duos can come together and achieve greatness, and which will ultimately fall short. What do you think of our video? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, tell your friends about it and hit the like button. Also, share with friends on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter.